recording?
We are live.
Dragonfly.
How you doing? And welcome to week 2, game 1. This is against Bud Shooters at their place. Starting right out. We did our down and back. Starting right out is Albert against Dan. Albert and Dan are brothers. We used to be on the same team, all four of us. Dan, Albert, Rick, and myself. And there's a little tift, a little break in the matrix, if you want to call it, and we split. And everybody went their own ways except for Rick and I. We remained focused on what we wanted to do in this league. 1 point Dan. Go Dan. Bud's Shooters are given a 2-point handicap because they are at least I think four wins behind us after week 1. So we take the total amount of wins, divide by 2, and that's the handicap. So as I was saying, this is Mike against Bobby C. Like I was saying before before I started saying anything about the point and all that. Let's see here. Get the. I think Bobby C gets 3 on this one.
Dave's got 6 on, so you'll be throwing it open next round. This is still
4. Rick and I actually stuck together, and we formed the River Rats. And we brought in a couple of guys from his Wednesday night league to form a team. And that's how the River Rats started, just Rick and I. And then I was actually subbing for Rick and his team on Wednesday nights. And I knew my longtime friend Bobby C was shooting on that Wednesday night league while we were shooting on Thursday nights, so we actually met up with him and played him, and I did really good against him, and he showed interest in coming over and checking out our league, and that was pretty much it. Once he got a taste and a feel of what our league was about, he stayed. He enjoyed it and stayed. He ended up dropping out of that Wednesday night league. That's a really nice shoe. Top ringer 1, Bobby C. All right. If you're wondering, this is a different commentary on top of the same video that I put on my normal channel. I figured I'd do something a little different here, a little bit more information for those of you guys that didn't like the constantly talking about the ringer percentage. You can just enjoy the game, not worrying about who's shooting what and all that good stuff. So that was top ringers of wash. The young gentleman in the maroon shirt sitting there on the right screen is Paul. He is the captain. And here's a fun fact. The name of the team that Al, Dan, Rick, and myself were on was actually called Bud's Shooters. So the whole culmination of my 20 years of horseshoe playing in this league is all right here on 2 pits tonight. I was on bud shooters for about 7 or 8 years, and then the rest of my time has been spent on river rats. 1 point for Mike.
Pardon me.
We had to move that tent out. That tent was in the middle of the pits, and they had those tables underneath it for outside seating. This is the second team that has converted over to challengers. We were the first team to shoot challengers, and as teams have tried them and liked them, they are converting over. And then tonight we are we are shooting challengers. All four pits. All players are shooting challengers tonight, so it's sort of weird. There's a few other teams out there that are also shooting challengers. I think the Hitmen shoot challengers. I think half of the repeaters are shooting challengers. And monsters usually shoot. They shoot a Gilgamesh of stuff. Like they do shoot challengers. They shoot Mustangs and I think Gordons. So they're not locked into one, but they do shoot challengers at times. Just a nice balanced team shoe.
The first one would have gone on, I just under rotated. It was a little low. What's that? Man, 3?
Got a new leader here. Game's been going back and forth. It's been excuse me. It's been pretty tight.
There it is.
Nobody has really broken it open yet.
Wide open, L.
And Dan leaves the pit wide open. Dan. Oh, oh, ouch. Ouch. Not. See, that's the joy of shooting ringers when needed. I've been beaten by a lot of guys that shoot less percentages, but they pitch the ringer when it's absolutely needed. They can get by just getting points, stealing points, getting points, whatever, and then but when it's needed, that's a nice shoes. Back-to-back 6-packs by the bud shooters. That's not good. They're sitting at 14-9 with a 6-pack on. Bobby C takes one away. Takes them both away. 4 dead. That right there kept the score from going from 9 to 20. So no moving on that. That is a reprieve. Want to keep them out of that kill zone. Kill zone is anything 15 or higher. Call it that because you can kill it with 2 shoes. Bobby C calls the ringer.
That was a premature.
Oh! What a beautiful shoe. Here's the bad thing is you can't tell it from here. Those, I think almost all of these stakes are straight up and down. They have no 3-inch lean. So when a shoe like that hits, it's like hitting a brick wall standing straight up. It just has nothing other to do than just to go straight back. It doesn't have, it can't climb down the stake because of that the angle. It has no other choice but to shoot straight back. So that's something you really have to watch on these pits. So you really have to shoot for the bottom 2 inches of that stake. You shoot high, you could be rejected easily. So that is a top ringer there. And that is back-to-back 6-packs for Mike. This is on and off, but that actually looks like it's still on from this angle, but I do believe the person standing on top of it, looking at it.
2 dead, 3 the rats. All right, keep your hands flat. Well, you called it too.
2 for Al. 19-12, so the game's getting a little out of hand. And Mike's throwing a little hot with back-to-back ringers, or back-to-back doubles. So that is a very much needed miss. Oh. Consistency is key in this game. He's got some things to work out, because throwing back-to-back 6-packs and then throwing one on the concrete and the other one almost on the concrete was, got to work something out there. Bobby C bringing the Rats back into the game with a getting us into the kill zone as well, so this game could be ended either way. Dan needs to cover that stake. Uh-oh. So all Al needs to do is just place a ringer on or one extremely close, and we're done. Oh. That ricochet was in our benefit. We got so lucky on that one, but anything can happen here. We need a big miss for Mike. Oh, and he throws a perfect shoe. It is a 6-pack. That slid right under. You can see it from here. That's not good. But shoes are in Bobby C's hands. Anything can happen. He already threw a 4 dead against Mike. Here's the top ringer. 3 ringers, 3 so far. Boom! Another big 4 dead. Saved the game right there. So we are still alive.
Put the game on the line. He said no.
So we need big shoes from Dan here. And that's timing. And that's huge. That puts a lot of pressure on Al. So Al needs a 6-pack, and Al has thrown 3 open pits in the last 3 attempts. So that's good. That'll give us 18, unless they knock it off. Oh,
Wow.
that is an exciting come from behind win there. They were shooting great. Dan pulls that out with a 6-pack at the end. Bobby C keeping them in the game twice with 2 4-deads. Bobby C shooting 56% to Mike's 43%.